What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope everybody getting to it, staying safe. I was thinking about something, and I don't want nobody to miss this. I really want y'all to catch this because I'm serious about it. Like, we were never created to be broke, y'all, at all. We weren't created to be struggling forever. We weren't created to be surviving paycheck to paycheck, stressed every time like a bill come in. That wasn't for us. And no, I'm not saying that money is everything, but I am saying that even the book of Ecclesiastes tells us that money answers all things. So what I am saying is that lack is not God's plan. Like, if you actually read the Bible, God talks way more about stewardship. He talks way more about wisdom, increase, and preparation than he does about, glorifying the struggle. I ain't trying to get it out the mud. And listen, even in Deuteronomy 8:18, it says, "Remember the Lord thy God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth." That's it right there. He gives you the ability. That ability, the ability looks like it. He gives us skills. He gives us ideas. It don't say that he gives us wealth. He gonna give us all these things that create wealth: creativity, discipline, strategy, a work ethic. So wealth, it ain't produced out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? And then look, let me go back to this, because here's the promise right here. Then it says, and this is real important, it says, to confirm his covenant that he made with our ancestors. A covenant is a binding agreement, y'all. A covenant is a hey, I'm gonna do my part, you just do your part. God be doing his part. He gives us the ability. He gives us the opportunity. He gives us the favor. What's our part? Being obedient to his word. Being disciplined in our actions. Being good stewards. So when we read that, the covenant was never about barely getting by at all. It was about positioning God's people to lead, position us to be able to lend and build legacy. That's why the scripture talks about, being the head and not the tail, being the lender and not the borrower. Man, that's inheritance right there. So get that out of y'all head. Like, being broke is not holy. Being broke is being unmanaged. All right? So we got to change the narrative around that. People think because you struggling, God with, that ain't that. And listen, a lot of gifted people are still broke. And it's a lot of high earners, millionaires that's still stressed, because talent without structure still leaks money. That's why in Proverbs 24:3-4, listen, it tells us, I know this is one of my favorite scriptures. It tells us, by wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established, and through knowledge its rooms are filled with precious riches. Man, that's the financial blueprint right there. Wisdom builds decisions, understanding establishes systems, and knowledge fills. That's education. But listen, and this is where a lot of people mess up at. Notice the order. It didn't say that you fill the rooms up first. Most people want the money before the structure. And that's why raises disappear, refund checks be gone, and the blessings just be leaking out because you ain't got no structure behind it. So once wisdom builds and knowledge fills, because catch this, God still don't expect money to just sit there. he expects multiplication. That's one of his first commands. Be fruitful and multiply. So then we go to the book of Ecclesiastes. It tells us, invest in 7 ventures. Yes, even 8. Invest. That's diversification. That's preparation. That's a strategy that God is trying to give us to create wealth. And remember in the parable, the servant who buried the talent wasn't praised. He was corrected. Fear ain't stewardship at all. Fear is doing nothing, and doing nothing ain't faith. So we're in a pivotal time right now. Look around. The market's dropping. People panicking. But this is where the wise people position themselves, and the uneducated people miss the next wave of wealth building. So let me say this one more time. God did not create you to be broke at all. He created you to be responsible with ability. He created the covenant that gives you the power, the ability. He gives you the wisdom for structure. And the investing is going to multiply everything that you're doing. So really, if money keeps slipping through your hands, it's not because God didn't provide, because he go do that. He already done his part. It's because something hasn't been built yet. You ain't built no structure. So I was just thinking about that, and this ain't about no greed. This ain't about, you know what I'm saying, try to cover it all for yourself, because that's a sin in itself. But this is about being obedient. It's about, being compliant instead of complaining. It's about preparations. It's about, doing exactly what he told us to do. We're supposed to leave an inheritance for our children's children. Man, that start now. That start in 2026. When we got to start leaving that old way of thinking behind us. So listen, man, I was just thinking about that. And I want y'all to really tap into that, because God really got something for you in 2026. But you got to get out. You got to shift that mindset. You got to go from being a complaining person to a compliant person. I like that. 2026. Stop complaining and start being compliant. It's your boy, Mr. Get It Done.